Hey everyone, today we're diving into a really cool tool for writers, a creative bestiary. We're going to look at how you can tap into the primal instincts of animal archetypes to build characters that practically leap off the page and create stories that are just impossible to put down.
We're all familiar with the usual suspects, right? The wise old owl, the sly fox. But what if those were more than just window dressing? This whole idea rethinks them, not as these static labels, but as active instinctual forces that can actually drive your plot and shape your character's choices.
So let's just cut to the chase with a question every storyteller has to ask. What really drives your characters? I'm not talking about what they want on the surface, but what's that raw, primal instinct that just takes over when everything is on the line? Yeah, that's the question we're getting into today.
And the answer to that big question, well, it lies in what you could almost call a new language for storytelling. It's really a system for taking this ancient, powerful idea of animal archetypes and turning it into a conscious, practical tool you can use to build your narrative.
And look, this is the core promise right here. This isn't just some lofty, abstract theory. The whole point is to give you a practical, hands-on guide that gets you real results. Characters with more depth, conflicts that feel earned and gut-wrenching, and stories that stick with your reader long after they've finished that last page.
So, how does it actually do that? Well, that brings us to our next idea, instinct under pressure. See, this framework really zeroes in on how characters behave, not in their day-to-day lives, but in those moments when the stakes are at their absolute highest. And this is where we get to the heart of it. The term animal archetype here doesn't mean what you might think. It's not just a label you slap on a character, like, oh, he's a bear. No, it's defined as a narrative force. It's all about a specific, instinctual way of acting when a character is pushed to their absolute limit. It's all about what they do.
And here's the so what for all you writers out there. When you nail down a character's dominant instinct, their inner wolf or snake or deer, it brings this incredible clarity to your entire writing process. Suddenly, their decisions make perfect sense, their conflicts get way sharper, and their journey from page 1 to the end feels so much more cohesive.
Okay, so how does that instinct actually translate into action? Well, the whole framework is built around these core verbs you see here. Does your character's instinct drive them to protect, to hunt, to adapt to a new situation? Or maybe they heal, they resist, they change? These simple actions become the real building blocks of their purpose in the story.
All right, let's keep building on this because this idea is bigger than just one character. Let's talk about character and the elements.
See, by getting a handle on these core instincts, you can start to shape all of these fundamental parts of your story. I mean, think about it. You have two characters whose instincts are in direct opposition. One protects, the other hunts. Boom! You've got powerful built-in conflict right there. Or maybe a character who constantly adapts leads to a story with a faster, more unpredictable pace. These archetypes really become the DNA of your entire story.
And then the framework adds another really cool layer to all this. It connects these archetypes to the 4 elements, earth, water, air, and fire. Just think about how this can deepen your story's whole vibe. A bear archetype, a natural protector, feels really tied to the stability and endurance of earth, right? But an eagle archetype, a hunter who sees everything from above, feels connected to the freedom and perspective of air. It's a way to weave your character's core being into the very fabric of your world.
Okay, next section. Tool, not dogma. And for any of you out there who are maybe a little skeptical, you hear words like archetype and symbolism, and your eyes start to glaze over, this next part is especially for you. The source material is super clear about its practical purpose.
So let's be crystal clear. This is not a belief system. You don't have to buy into any kind of mysticism or mythology. On the left, you have that stuff, which requires belief. But on the right, what we're talking about is a creative framework. It's a practical tool for your writer's toolbox. It's simply a way to take that gut feeling you have about a character, your intuition, and give it a clear, usable structure.
And the book itself couldn't be more direct. It says, this is not a book about mythology. Plain and simple, it's a tool designed to align your creative instincts with solid, nuts and bolts narrative craft. That's it.
Which brings us to the real payoff here, the ultimate value this framework can give you as a writer. This section is all about unlocking your character's why. It's about getting to the absolute core of their motivation.
So who is this really for? Well, honestly, it's designed for a pretty wide range of storytellers. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned pro just looking for a new angle or a student in a creative writing class. If you're an author who struggles with character consistency, or maybe you're one of those writers who works purely on intuition but wants just a little bit of structure without killing the magic, this approach has something for you.
Now, this might be the single most important thing to remember. The book says, this book does not tell you what to write. It's not a paint-by-number system. It's not some set of rigid rules that's going to dictate your plot or force your characters to do things. Instead, it does something way more powerful. It gives you a tool to finally understand the why behind what your characters do. It helps make sure that when your character makes some huge, drastic decision under pressure, it feels real. It feels authentic, inevitable, and like it's coming from a place deep inside them, from their most instinctual self. And so, that's the question we want to leave you with. Think about the story you're working on right now. Go deeper than just the plot and the dialogue for a second, and ask yourself, what is its deepest, most primal instinct? If you can find that, you've found the heart of your story. Thanks so much for tuning in.